So welcome again. Okay, as part of the house rules, kindly make sure that all microphones must be muted, and if you can switch on your camera. Okay, so we begin. Ready? Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to more learning sessions. Thank you for taking the time in joining us today in our training titled More Basic Google Sheet Workshop. Okay, we originally started it as an introduction to MS Excel, but we wanted to make it more relevant to the current and future trends of work. So what are you looking forward to learning about today? Kindly write in your answers in the chat. Anyone? Okay, for me, I'm really not Excel expert, and usually I would ask for help with our speaker today for my Google Sheet navigation. I'm really looking forward to know the basics, because usually when you start working with a company, especially as a freelancer, you get immersed right away without the proper know-how or the basic, and you just go through it and study on your own. So I'm really looking forward learning from our speaker today. Okay, so by the way, my name is JC Ventura. I'm the head of HR of More Staffing. Before we get started, let me give you a brief background about More and what we do as a company. So More Staffing is a professional recruitment agency that connects stellar companies around the globe and excellent management level Filipino talent. Our approach to creating a successful partnership between companies and talents include leveraging on world-class coaching, mentorship, and skill development programs. So I believe we have some participants who are currently working with their clients through More. Okay, so it is my pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today. She is an expert in planning, forecasting, and data analysis. She has been in the supply chain industry for 14 years, and she is currently working as a supply chain inventory planner and analyst in Section 119, a US-based clothing company. But she has been in the corporate setup prior to joining the online world. Her advanced skills in MS Excel are used to create greater efficiency and productivity at work, better data organizations analysis, and would make you focus on the strategic aspect of your work. And today, she will train us on how to navigate the Google Sheet and some of the basic Excel or Google Sheet functions, and will show us sample spreadsheets that can be used for business and personal use. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our speaker, Aiz Lopez. Aiza, good afternoon. We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me clearly, JC?
Yes, I can hear you well. So, Aiza, sorry, before I give the floor to you, we will be sending in the chat like a document, a spreadsheet where you can work while Miss Aiza is teaching this is your worksheet for today's event. Okay.
Thank you, JC. All right, so please ensure to open the link that JC has sent to you, because we're going to be using that for our program today, this afternoon. So this will take about 1.5 hours. And I hope you'll get to understand understand the fundamentals of Google Sheets. So again, good afternoon. I'm really excited to be facilitating this very first basic Google Sheet training sponsored by More Staffing Company. So we will be exposed to different functions in Google Sheet. And just to manage the expectations of everyone, so I actually have my coworkers in the call. So to manage everyone's expectation, the session is basically a walkthrough on how we are going to use the Google Sheet. So we are going to create the Google Sheet, navigate it, familiarize ourselves with the menus and the functions that comes along with this application. So for those of you who do not have any information or background or just any experience about exploring the Google Sheet, this is a very good jump start for you if you're planning to do like any supply chain jobs, because it's going to require a lot of formulations and analysis. And to those of you who already have a background on Google Sheet, this might be very common with you, but it's still a good refresher that we'll be able to see again some of the functions that we seldom use in our daily tasks. All right. So before we begin with the definition of the Google Sheet, for those of you who do not have like online jobs related to Google Sheet, I'd like to share just a few practical uses of this spreadsheet. So the first one, this is very important to every one of us. Those of you who manages their finances, so it's very important for you to use the Google Sheet to be able to manage your daily expenses, your groceries, your bills, the tuition fee of your kids. With the use of the Google Sheet, you can create any report. You can do a weekly, a daily, a monthly expense report. And from there, you can track where your salary is going, like majority of your salary is being spent to. So that's one of the practical uses of the Google Sheet. The other one, you can also use it like you're doing a journaling. Instead of doing it on a notebook, you can do the journaling or goal setting or planning in your Google Sheet. So you can manage all your tasks, your short-term goals, long-term goals, or even the mid-term goals. You can put it in there and then you can use it to manage your goals. All right. For some of you who have the other jobs like being a teacher, you can also use that so that you can easily present the topics to your students. You can use the tables, you can use pivot tables. There are shapes, there are charts, there are formatting that you can easily use to present the topics well to your students. And also, if you're doing a corporate job or online jobs, it's very important because there are formatting in the Google Sheet you can use, like you can highlight the data, you can put some colors on it, and that would enable you to present better your data to the management team. All right. So I hope that this Google Sheet will be very advantageous or beneficial for you, even your daily tasks. All right. So before we proceed with the deck, again, I hope that you've opened the spreadsheet that was sent to you, because while I discuss all the functions and menus, there are some that we would like to try it on along with me, so you're gonna have a feel of how you do it on your own. So it's like tutor ko na kayo while we are in the program, all right? And then there are also tasks in there that you can take home. Pwede nyo siyang gawin sa bahay after the program para at least mapapractice kayo. Kasi alam naman natin when we attend the programs or mga trainings, kapag natapos na yung mga sessions na yan, nakakalimutan na natin. So it's better to use that spreadsheet for you to be able to practice whenever you need it. Okay? And not to pressure you, but there's going to be a pop quiz. So please, your attention is needed. There's going to be a pop quiz around after 15 minutes, because the ultimate objective of the free training of More Staffing is for you to be able to leave the program equipped with how to create and navigate the Google Sheet. So this is gonna, like, we would want to help you really while we're doing the program. All right. So let us go now to the introduction to the Google Sheet. So basically, by definition, Google Sheet is a free web-based spreadsheet. You can use it on your laptop, desktop. You can also download it in your mobile. So if you're using Android, Windows, or iOS, pwede nyo siyang gamitin anytime, anywhere. Syempre, we still value the work-life balance. Ayaw naman natin na we're on leave pero nag-work. But it's still a need today kasi alam naman natin may mga issues that arises kahit off hours na 8 to 5, but makikita natin may mga issues beyond our work shift. So, magiging accessible sa atin if we have the mobile app of the Google Sheet, all right? And apart from the Google Sheet, there are still other products that Google offers to us, such as Google Docs. Ito yung counterpart ng Microsoft Word. We also have the Google Slides. This is the counterpart naman of the PowerPoint, and then we have the forms. And basically, the Google Sheet allows users to edit, organize, and analyze different information. And yung pinaka-edge talaga ng Google Sheet is that it allows multiple users. They can edit at the same time. And even yung versions or the changes within it, nasa save natin through the revision history. So I'm gonna walk you through it later. Before kasi when we use the Excel, talagang kanya-kanya tayong save, diba? Hindi masyadong organize yung mga files natin. So with the Google Sheet, nakaka-save tayo ng size ng files natin by just keeping one file, and then if you would want to see the revisions, we can have it in the spreadsheet itself. Okay? So just to discuss some of the differences between the Excel and the Google Sheet, basically, if you compare them, similar lang din talaga siya in terms of the formulas and calculations. Pag nagsasum ka, if you use the sum, subtract, multiplication, if you gather the data, and if you would want to create a pivot table or data, parehong-pareho lang siya. But the major edge talaga of the Google is that Google Sheet is a cloud-based program, whereas the Excel, nasa desktop niyo lang siya. So, I'd like to share with you yung pinaka-worst experience ko with the Excel last year when I was hired dito sa Section 119. An hour before my presentation to the CEO, nakaready na yung file ko, nag-crash yung laptop. Nasira yung file ko, which is yung pinroject ko for about a month kasi bago pa lang ako. I'm presenting the project that I did for that entire time. So yung after, the meeting was 10 p.m. and nag-crash yung laptop ko ng 9 p.m. I was crying while I redo all the formulas, all the data, all the summaries that I did. So, sinumpa ko talaga si Excel nung time na yon. That's why I shifted to using the Google Sheet. And also, most of the online clients kasi natin, US-based clients, they use talaga Google Sheet kasi it allows collaboration. You can even chat in there. You can tag a person, you can comment real time. Yun talaga yung benefit niya. Pwede mo siya, hindi mo kailangang i-save yung file mo and then send it to other user para lang makita nila. You can work together in one file. Yeah, again, it's also, as I mentioned, you'll no longer have versions floating around your documents. And also, you don't need to save it from time to time. So again, yun din yung benefit niya. Naka-automatically save na siya, and yan. Hindi tulad ng Excel that you have to control as. Okay? The other one, collaboration, as I mentioned, is baked into the sheet. And lastly, there are still other programs that is integrated well with the Google Sheet. Okay? So, we are done with the introduction. Let's now start to create our very first Google Sheet. All right? So, is everyone excited? Okay, let's do it. Okay? So first, we will have to access the Google Drive. So first you have to open your Gmail account, either if you're working with your Windows laptop, you can use the Google Chrome, or you can use Safari for the Mac users. All right, so let's go to the Google. Can you see my screen? I shifted to the Google Chrome, the Safari. Can someone confirm?
It's white, Aiza.
Okay.
Yeah, try sharing. There.
All right. Okay, so we'll launch the Google Drive. So you're gonna see this interface. I just have to click on this upper right. This is the app launcher. Just have to click this, and you will see all the services of the Google. So you can see the YouTube, Gmail. We have the G Drive. So this is where we save all our data in the Google Drive. So you'll just have to find the sheets. This is the Google spreadsheet. Click it. There are actually templates that are available in the Google Sheet format. But for the sake of course, our training today, we're going to use the blank spreadsheet. So you just have to click this. And now you have your very first Google Sheet. All right. So we're done with the first part of the navigation. We're able to create our own spreadsheet, okay? We'll now move to the navigation part. So slowly we are gonna explore the menus and the functions in it. And as I mentioned a while ago, as I navigate these functions and menus, I will let you use the template or the spreadsheet, and you will have to do some of it also, okay? I'll give you a few moments to try it on your own as well. Okay, so let's now go to the editing part. Oh, sorry, it's the navigating sheet. Okay. Let me just open. Okay, all right. So I created actually a checklist of what we are gonna reviewing or discussing today. So let's start with the spreadsheet. So everything that you see, the one that we opened a while ago, this one, this is what we call the spreadsheet. Okay. And then that contains all the information that you're gonna work on. So let's tick all that we are done discussing. We have the spreadsheet title. So where are we going to find this one? This is the spreadsheet title. So you can rename it to anything that you would want. So let's try Google Basic Training. Okay. There's also an option to star it. So why do we need to star it? If the file is you use the file most of the time from time to time, and then you can put a star on it because there's going to be a folder where all the starred items or the favorite items are put in there. Okay, so you'll just have to click the star. The next one is the menu bar. So from the file to help, this is the menu bar. And if you click those functions, there's still a lot of functions and menus underneath it. So we will discuss a few of that later on. If you don't like to see this menu bar, kasi siguro medyo na kayo, overwhelmed na kayo with the data, you can click the arrow in the right part. Yan. So i-minimize lang natin yung mga windows, yung mga toolbar yan. You can click this arrow. Okay. There's also the toolbar. Ito namang nasa ilalim ng menu bar. So from this undo hanggang dito sa function na to, this is what you call the toolbar. Basically, nandito rin sila sa ilalim ng menu bar. It's just that mostly ito kasi mga ginagamit nating functions. So, nilabas na nila dyan for us to have an easier access. So, mga shortcuts siya kumbaga. Okay? So, dadaanan natin sila later on. Context bar. So, natin makikita yung context bar. You just have to right-click your mouse and then you're gonna see the cut, paste, insert, delete, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of options in there na pwede nating magamit when we create our data. Okay? Okay? Next, ano ba yung tinatawag nating columns? So yung columns naman are the vertical set of cells. So lahat ng nakikita niya from letter A hanggang pakanan, these are the columns. Yung hina-highlight ko. When we highlight this, this is the column. So I just highlight it in yellow. While for the rows, ito naman yung tinatawag nating rows. They are named sila by numbers. Yung columns naman is by letters. Okay? And then, we'll go to the cell. Ano ba yung tinatawag nilang cell? Yung intersection between the columns and the row, yun yung tinatawag nating cell. So, every cell has a unique name. Ano ba yung naming na ginagamit natin for them? So, ano ba yung intersection natin between the column? Our column is letter D, and our row is number 7. So, the cell name would be D7. So, if I drag this pakanan, pag ang pinapangalan naman sa atin is this column, if we name this column and also this row, so ang pangalan na niya is E11 kasi dumaan siya sa column E and then sa row 11. Okay, so that's how you name a cell. Okay. Meron din tayong tinatawag na range. So ano naman yung range? Selection naman siya or group siya ng columns or row. So kapag highlight ko to, ang tawag natin dyan range. If I highlight this, several rows, range ang tawag natin. If I highlight this part, the leftmost na block na yan. If I highlight this part, you also call that a range. So ginagamit natin si range when we formulate, pag nagsasummation tayo, nagsasum tayo, nag-a-add, nagsasubtract, nag-multiply, we use the range sa mga formulas natin. Okay? Mamaya ipapakita natin sa mga later topics. Functions, next is the function. Function naman, mga built-in formulas na yan. So you can click on this part, yung pinakahuli sa toolbar. Andyan lahat ng functions na gusto natin. So, kanina ko pa binabanggit, meron tayong sum, ina-add niya lahat. We have the average, we have the count. So, lahat ng functions na gusto natin gawin sa Excel file, makikita na natin dito. And even the naming of the dates. Kapag magmamath tayo, magka-count tayo, nandiyan lahat. So, everything that you would want to use to formulate, nandito siya sa function. Okay? Formula naman, ano yung tinatawag nating formula? Formula is a mathematical calculation. So, lagi siyang nag-start with the equal sign. So, kapag mag-a-add ka, 1 plus 1, ang tawag na natin dito is a formula kasi it starts with an equal sign and nag-formulate na siya or meron na siyang ginamit na function. Okay? Nakakasunod po tayo. Saan ba yung mga faces? Okay. All right. May nag-thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, so that's the formula. Worksheet. Ano yung tinatawag nating worksheet? Itong mga nasa ilalim, makikita niyo, navigate sheet, editing interface, those are what we call the worksheet or sheets. Sa Excel, ang tawag natin sa kanila before, it's tab. So pareho lang sila, tab and worksheet. So ano bang ginagawa ng worksheet? Pwede tayong gumawa ng file within one worksheet and then pwede pa tayong mag-create ng several. So paano ba tayo Okay, mag-try tayong mag-add. So, let's try to add one sheet. I-click nyo lang yung positive sign dito and then lalabas na yung sheet na yan. So, new sheet, for example, Google. You can rename it by just double-clicking itong sheet na yan. I-double-click nyo lang, pwede nyo siyang i-edit. Or you can click the arrow down ulit dito and then you'll see there the option to rename. So there are two ways lang naman to rename it. Okay? Basic. Yan. Okay, so again, listen carefully kasi may quiz tayo later. At maganda yung prize natin. It's the bragging rights. So, kailangan yung galingan. Okay? Worksheet. That's the worksheet. Input data. Let's try to input data. So, paano ka mag-input data? Magta-type ka lang. You can just type product 1, product 2, or kung tingin nyo pare-pareho lang sila, or you're just changing the numbers in it, pwede mo siyang i-highlight and then you can drag it down para hindi ka pa ulit-ulit. Okay? So that's how you input the data. Press enter to save. So paano ka magta-transfer? When you type also, pag nag-i-input tayo ng data, you just click enter, bababa na siya. Product 2, enter. So that's how you move. Ito yung pag-navigate lang natin from one cell to another. You can also use tab. So kung gusto mong lumipat from one cell to another, i-click mo lang yung tab sa keyboard mo and then it's gonna move pa kanan. Always to the right ang movement kapag tab ang ginagamit natin. Okay? Pwede rin tayong gumamit ng arrow keys. So check nyo na lang yung upper. We have the left, left, up, right, and down. So you can also go around the spreadsheet using your keyboards. Okay, open the file. So kung meron ka na talagang file na nagawa, so kunyari nandito na tayo sa na-create mong sheet, meron ka ng file na nagawa. Instead of repeating that, i-input mo isa-isa, we'll just go to the file and then click the open. And then, click mo lang siya from where you saved it. So ako kasi sinisave ko nga siya dun sa Google Drive. You just have to click it and then open. Mag-open na siya to a different spreadsheet. Yan. So hindi mo na siya kailangan ulit-ulitin. Okay? So that's how we open the file. Import. So meron din tayong mga files aside from spreadsheet na kailangan nating i-convert into spreadsheet. So for example, meron akong CSV file na hindi ko naman siya pwedeng kamayin, i-input isa-isa dito sa spreadsheet. So what I'm gonna do, i-import ko siya. So you'll have to go also to the file and click the import. Tapos kung saan nyo lang siya nakasave, hanapin nyo lang siya dyan. And then click, makikita nyo it's a different logo icon kasi hindi na siya spreadsheet. And then it's gonna ask you for the location. So sinabi ko lang dyan na create new. Mag-create na lang tayo ng new kasi matatakpan yung ginawa ko. And then import data. Yan. So sabi niya dito, file imported successfully. Click nyo na yung open. And then, na-convert na niya yung CSV mo into the spreadsheet. Hindi mo na kailangang isa-isahin. Alright? So that's for the import and open file. Make a copy. So again, since we're using Google Sheet, di ba sabi natin, ba't ka pa mag-make a copy? Pang Excel lang yun, Google Sheet na tayo guys. Mag-revision history na lang. Minsan kasi ako, especially kapag gusto kong mag-edit on my own, kasi nga since collaborative yung file mo, nandun lahat ng tao, tapos ayokong nagka-trial and error ako on that same file. So gagawin ko, mag-make a copy ako for myself. So what I'm gonna do, punta ka lang ulit sa file, and then click the make a copy, and then i-rename mo lang siya. So automatically lalabas na siya, copy of, and then ang ginagawa ko lang usually, naglalagay ako ng date para guided ako kung kailan ko siya dinownload. And then kung saan folder mo siya, isi-save. Okay, you just have to click or choose from there. And then just click the make a copy. Automatic, meron ka ng duplicate copy. Okay? Next. Pwede din tayong mag-share. So, si Excel hindi natin na-share, or if meron man siyang capability to share, malamang magka-crash yun. I'm sure of that. So, ang pwede natin gawin is, kung kunyari, you're doing this spreadsheet, tapos I realize, I need somebody else, kailangan ko yung partner ko, kasi hindi ko matatapos mag-isa. So, she'll have to do that part, I'll have to do this part. So, i-share ko na lang yung file. You'll just click on this part sa upper right, share. Tapos input mo lang yung email address niya. and then automatically, and then you also have the option pala to make that person just a viewer kasi ayaw mo namang ipagamit yung spreadsheet mo, or commenter. I'll teach you later on how we would put some comments in there, or editor. So kung ano yung capability mo for that file, makapag-edit ka, makapag-formulate ka, you're giving the same task also to that person. So after you put the email address, just click done. And then, papasok na siya sa email address ng tao na yun. And then, pwede na siyang mag-edit. Okay? So, di ba, ano siya, napaka-favorable talaga ng Google Sheet versus the Excel. Okay. You can also email this spreadsheet directly. So, instead of sharing it, kung ayaw mong i-share, gusto mong ibigay na sa kanya totally yung pag-update ng file na yun, you can directly email that person, just go to the file, and then email this file. So, ganun lang din ulit, you just have to put the email address. Tapos, if you would want a copy for yourself, just click this one. And then put some message if you want. Okay? Alright. So, download. Pwede din tayong mag-download. Apart from the make a copy, pwede tayong mag-download and then send directly that file to that person. So pareho lang siya actually ng email tsaka download. But for the sake of the discussion, for the download part, you just have to click the file, download, and then there are other options. Iko-convert na niya directly. So if we're using this file as a Microsoft Excel or in Excel or Google Sheet form, i-click mo lang siya directly dyan. So iko-convert lang niya as is. Pero kung gusto mo ng PDF, ida-direct ka niya into the PDF. Okay. Next, delete. Kung pagod ka na sa buhay mo, gusto mo na lang i-delete lahat, just have to go to the file and then move to trash. So, diretso na siya, mawawala na siya sa panin mo, diretso na siya sa trash. Yun lang kung pagod ka lang naman. Lastly, for this navigation part, there's the version history. Yung version history, maganda talaga to. Kasi hindi mo na, ang hirap kasi nung every time, daily magsisave ka ng same file, lagyan mo lang siya ng date. Tapos kapag may gusto kang balikan, isa-isahin mo siya. It's very hassle on your part. So, punta tayo sa version history. This is one of the benefits or advantages ng Google Sheet. You just have to go to the file, version history, and then see version history. Yan. So, dito sa kanang part, nandito lahat ng mga revisions na ginawa mo. I'm not sure lang kung lahat ba talaga, definitely not. Siguro yung mga major revisions mo or siguro may timing siya. Pero kung naalala mo kung kailan ka huling nag-edit, tapos yun yung gusto mong ma-recover, pwede mo siyang i-click. Click mo lang dito, there are 3 actions. You can restore this version. So, very critical tong part na to kasi baka ma-click mo si restore, yun pala, hindi mo siya, kailangan mo pa rin yung current file mo. So, masasayang lang lahat. So, very careful lang kayo dito. If you would want talaga to restore, think 10 times para sure. Kasi, nangyari sa akin to, nagmamadali ako, na-click ko si restore, hindi, ayun, inulit ko lang siya lahat. So, that's one of the options. The other one, name this version. So, kung na-open mo siya, kung alam mo, or na-open mo siya, tapos alam mo na meron kang major revision on some if, something like that. Pwede mo siyang i-edit. Para kapag binalikan mo siya ulit, alam mo na, hindi ko na i-open kasi I don't need it. And the other option naman, make a copy. So ito yung sinasabi ko na, pwede mong balikan lahat ng mga revisions mo before. So you just have to click the make a copy, tapos automatic na siya, isi-save na niya kung anong time yon, and then you just pick the location. Okay? Alright, so that's it for the navigation part. I hope nakilala niyo sila. Happy ba kayo? Lalo na doon sa mga hindi pa nakaka-experience. Wala kayong mukha eh. Ang hirap kumausap ng walang mukha. Okay, so that's the navigation part. Maganda talaga to for the starters kasi mahirap din na kakamayin mo na lang siya, kakapain mo yung Excel without somebody helping you out. Okay. Okay, so please try to remember this kasi lalabas siya sa pop quiz later. Okay? So, let's now move on the third topic. Third topic natin, after the navigation part, we will go to the editing interface na. So, dito na tayo magbabago ng mga sizing, ng font type, font size. We can insert some rows, columns, data. We can hide. Lahat pwede natin magawa dito. Okay? Ito na yung papasok na tayo sa mga interesting parts. Okay? Let's go to the editing part. Okay. So, let's try undo muna. Sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam ng undo, ginagawa natin siya when we make mistakes sa file natin. So, by definition, undo is used to reverse a mistake. Okay? So, for example, I was typing, tapos na ako, na-type ko, Alma. Na-type ko dito, Josie. Tapos I realized mali ako ng positioning, hindi pala dapat dyan. So you can click the button in here, it's the undo button. So itatama niya yung pagkakamali mo. Or the other one, redo. If you realize na tama pala yung ginawa mo, you have the option also to redo it. Babalik ka dun sa recent mong ginawa. Okay? So those are two options for the editing interface. We also have the paint format. So ano bang ginagawa ng paint format? It lets you copy the formatting applied on one cell. So, refer tayo dito sa building 2. Building 2, naka-yellow siya, naka-italize siya, tsaka naka-bold siya. Gusto kong gayahin tong format na to para dito kay admin. So, ang gagawin ko, for the normal, dun sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam ng paint format, ang gagawin ko, i-yellow ko din, i-bold ko, i-italize ko. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng gawin sa lahat ng data kung sobrang dami na. So, the benefit of having the paint format, ika-copy mo directly kung anong merong format this one, papunta din sa other cell. So, just click on this cell, tapos click nyo tong paint format, tapos dali natin siya dun sa new cell na paggagayahan natin. Yan. So, parehong-pareho na siya. Hindi mo na kailangan. So, kung gusto ko lahat, ipi-paint format ko for the department. Yan. I-click lang natin yun. Okay? Next, we have the copy-paste functions. So, for the copy-paste, let's try copy-paste. So, literally, i-copy mo lang and then paste it somewhere else. So, for example, this part, si Namjoon, HR siya. Itong si Sokjin pala, HR din. So, instead of typing in the HR, nag-undo ako. Ang gagawin ko is I'll right-click, copy, and then right-click sa baba, paste. Ipi-paste ko siya para hindi ako type ng type. Madali lang siya siguro if there are several characters lang. Pero kung mahaba yan, it's not practical to do the manual. So, meron din tayong shortcut sa keyboard natin. We just have to Control-C, tapos ilipat mo siya dun sa cell na pagpapalitan mo, Control-V. That's the shortcut for the copy-paste. Okay? So, apart from the paste, meron pa tayong iba-ibang types of pasting. So, try natin. I'll try to copy this one with a different format. So, I'll hit the Control-C. That's for the Windows users. For the MacBook users, Command-C na siya. So, just click the Control-C for the copy. And then, let's try to paste. So, mag-right-click ako for the context bar. Right-click tayo, hanapin natin si paste. So, we have two options for the paste. We have paste directly or may mga paste specials tayo, okay? Let's try the paste. So, kung kinopy ko si building 2, ikakopy niya directly with the same format. Kung anong meron sa cell na yun, ikakopy niya directly. Okay, let's try the other paste special. Pag ginamit natin yung paste special values, ang kukunin lang niya is the value. Tatanggalin niya lahat ng format mo kasi siguro hindi kailangan yan for the report. So you have that option to just copy-paste the value. And then another one, let's try paste special format. So hindi naman isasama yung values, yung format lang yung kukunin niya. Yan. So pag nag-type ako, yan, kinuha na niya yung format nung pinanggalingan niya na cell. Okay? So again, meron pa ba tayong isa? We also have the pay special formula. So gagawin naman dito, applicable na to syempre sa mga formula natin. So example, meron akong formula. Ang formula ko is itong cell na to i-add ko dito sa cell na to. Lagyan natin ng numbers. Yan. So in-add niya directly 1 plus 1, sagot niya 2. So kung gusto ko itong i-copy to other cell, so right-click, Control-C or copy, ililipat ko siya dito, pero formula lang kailangan ko kasi I don't need the 1 plus 1. May gusto akong ibang data. So you can click paste special ulit and then formula. Makikita nyo, pag dinouble click nyo siya, ayan, pareho na sila ng formula. So if you wanted to add something else, 1,000 na siya, tsaka 1,000 dito, makukuha na niya. Hindi mo na kailangan ulitin yung formula. Okay? Okay. For the cut, it's basically similar din with the copy. It's just that when you cut, totally matatanggal na siya. So nakita nyo kanina, nung nagka-copy tayo, nililipat niya lang. It duplicates lang the data. But if we cut, right-click, cut, and then paste it somewhere else, paste, yan. Tinanggalan na niya ng karapatan dun sa cell na yun. Nilipat na niya. So be careful lang din with the cut. Although makakapag-undo naman tayo, okay, pwede tayong makabalik, but make sure lang na if you wanted to copy, hindi cut yung makukuha nyo. Okay? Drag cells. So, maliban sa we have the copy na, we can transfer to somewhere else. We have the cut na, we can move it also to other cells. We also have the drag. So, pag nagda-drag tayo, i-click nyo lang yung cell, tapos hanapin nyo yung kamay, may lalabas na icon ng hand. Pag lumabas na siya, control nyo lang ng mouse nyo, and then you can move it around. Yan. So, same lang siya with the cut. Tinanggal din niya yung data sa cell na yon. So, ganun mag-move. Try ulit tayo ng iba. Yan. Pwede mo siyang i-move. And you can move it back. That's for the drag cells. Okay. Paano mag-hide and unhide? So, for example, you're presenting to the management team. Hindi mo naman kailangan ipakita lahat. Kailangan ba nila ng phone extension tsaka location? Hindi nila kailangan. Kailangan lang nila ng hire date and then the pay rate. So what can we do is itatago natin yung dalawang columns. Just highlight both of them, right-click, and then click the hide. So hindi na sila makikita. But the information is still there. Okay? Okay, undo tayo. That's the hide and unhide. Okay, sorry. Mag-hide pa pala tayo. Unhide pa tayo. So kung nakatago na siya tapos after the meeting, kailangan mo na ulit siya. I-highlight mo na ngayon yung katabi niya kasi di mo naman ma-highlight yun kasi they're hidden na. So i-highlight mo yung katabi niya kasi nakatago lang sila inside and then right-click, unhide. Nalabas na ulit siya. Or there's another one. There's the group. Pwede natin siyang i-group kasi medyo matagal yung process ng highlight, right-click, hide. Matagal yung process na yon. So gusto natin, naka-group na sila. So every time kailangan natin mag-present, may isa ka na lang i-click. So paano siya ginagawa? I-hide ulit natin yung dalawang columns, right-click, and then punta ka sa baba, view more column actions. Makikita mo dito, group columns F to G. Yan. So naka-group na siya. I-click mo lang itong minus sign. Nakatago na siya dyan. So every time you will present, i-click mo lang siya and unclick. Okay, so that's for the group. Find and replace. Okay, so example na promote or nagsara yung ibang department. So lahat daw nung nasa HR, lahat daw sila HR na. So anong gagawin natin? Gagawin ba natin, ta-type natin isa-isa? Pwede, pero nakakapagod. Pwede ba nating i-copy, tapos ipipaste natin lahat? Pwede, pero madami ding pindot-pindot siya. So what we're gonna do is to find that HR, to find the particular word, tapos i-replace natin. So example, i-highlight ko to, pupunta tayo sa edit, punta tayo dito sa find and replace. So kung gusto ko daw, lahat daw pala ng HR, gagawin nating NPD. So, find daw natin si HR, case ano siya, sensitive siya sa mga spaces. So, HR, papalitan daw natin ng NPD. Kasi sarado na si HR pala nagsara. Lipat natin sila sa NPD, mag-aral sila mag-develop. Yan. Tapos mamimili ka dito kung saan mo ba siya i-apply. Kasi probably you have different sheets as well. May iba ka pang sheet na may HR din doon. Mahahanap niya, if you click the all sheets, lahat ng HR, papalitan niya ng NPD across all the sheets. Masisira yung file mo. So be careful with this option. Kung gusto ko lang dito sa sheet, lahat ng HR dyan sa sheet, papalitan niya. But for the sake of this sample, ifo-focus ko lang dito sa specific range. Okay? Gusto ko lang palitan tong row 2 to 8. So, pipiliin ko sa specific range and then i-click ko yung, tanggalin muna natin, i-click ko yung data or range. Range siya, di ba? Group siya. I-click ko siya and then okay. So, yung paghahanap niya ng HR and replacing it with the NPD, i-apply niya lang sa range na yan. And then you'll click the replace all, yun. So nakita niyo yung HR dalawa sa taas kanina, napalitan siya ng NPD. So maganda tong i-apply, lalo na dun sa mga malalaking data file ninyo. Hindi mo na kailangan isa-isahin, hahanapin sino ba to. Okay? Okay, time check, it's 5:51. Okay, you can also change the width or the height of the columns and rows. So ito, kung gusto ko lang paliitin, pwede natin ganyanin. Or pwedeng idiretso mo ng double click. Ito rin, kung gusto kong palakihin. Or we also have another option. I-highlight mo lang si row, right click. You can see here the resize. So kung gusto ko mas malaki pa dyan, lagay ko lang and then click. Okay? How to add columns or rows. So sa pag-add, napaka-powerful ng right click. So sa pag-add, ganun lang din. Mag-highlight kung gusto nating mag-add ng columns dito in between C and D. Right click, highlight mo muna, and then right click, and then saan mo ba siya gustong insert, sa kanan o sa kaliwa? We have the option. Gusto ko sa left, yan, mag-i-insert na siya dito. Kung gusto ko sa right, pupunta siya sa right. Okay? Same thing goes with the rows. Highlight, right click above, or highlight, right click below. Okay? Okay, let's go to the add and delete sheets. So, pinakita ko na kanina how to add the sheet. We'll just have to click the plus sign. Pero kung gusto ko siyang i-delete, you can right click and then delete. Okay. O kaya, click mo yung arrow. Same lang din yung lalabas, and then delete. Okay. Next. Naming and renaming. I think na-mention ko na kanina to. Double click niya lang, o kaya click niya lang din tong arrow. That's for the naming sheets. Okay. Okay. So we're done with the editing interface. You can try this at home na lang for the sake of, or for time limitation, 1 hour na lang. So you can try this at home. Practice lang kayo. Okay? Let's move on to the next part, which is formatting. Ayusin natin yung table natin kasi we would want it to be presentable when we do the report. Okay, so how do we do that? We have several options. So meron ako ditong data na napakapangit, ang gulo-gulo niya. So aayusin natin siya with the help of formatting. Okay? So start tayo with the currency. Itong pay rate, we can do this, we can change the currency. So kung gusto niyo ng US dollars based on your report, you can use the US dollars. Just go to the, highlight niyo lang yan, go to the format, and then go to the number. Tapos hanapin niyo na yung currency. Yan. Or kung hindi dollars yung kailangan mo, just go to the format, number, and then put na ka sa baba, may mga custom currencies pa dyan. Yan. Hanapin niyo lang yung gusto niyo or what's needed in the report. And then apply. Okay? Percentage. Okay, kung itong pay rate pala, percentage pala yan. So again, highlight mo, may shortcut na dito. Actually, yung dollars pala, if naka-fix ka na sa dollars sa report mo, you can use this dollar sign. For the percentage, you can just click this, mga shortcut natin. Ipa-percentage na niya yan. O kaya, you can go to the format again, number, and where is the percentage? Percent. Okay? So, balik natin sa USD kasi ang pangit yung tingnan. Okay. Next. Next, we have the decimal places. So kung ayaw kong ipakita na gusto ko naka-round up siya, you can use this option. We have the decrease decimal place and we have the increase. So kung ayaw kong makita, then tayo sa decrease. Yan, para whole number siya. Kung gusto nating dagdagan, kulang pa yung 2 decimal, click niya lang hanggang sa dulo ng walang hanggan. Okay? Next, font type and size. So, gusto ko, meron akong specific na font size na gusto kong gamitin. Maganda siya sa mata. You'll just have to go in here. And then, pili ka dyan. Kung gusto mong magtatayo ka ng ng restaurant. O yan. Aray. So, you can use that font or whatever you like. Basically, ang lagi namin ginagamit is the Arial. You can also check the size, kung ano bang kailangan mo. Kailangan niyo bang mas malaki? Yan. Okay? So that's for the font type and size. Itong dalawa yan. We also have, ano nga itong format text? Later. Let's try, so the format text pala, this one. Format text, we have the option to make it bold. Yeah, italize natin. Strike through natin. So let's try the bold. Bold natin to. Okay. I-italize natin to. Gusto ko to strike through. Ayoko na pala ng report na yan. Papalitan natin. But I have to show to the management na andyan siya before, pinalitan lang natin. So you can use the strike through. Okay. Gusto ko naman to, i-highlight ko siya. Gusto kong i-highlight yung department. You can pick this one, tapos kuha ka lang ng color dyan. Okay? So that's how you format the text. And then, borders. So dahil napakapangit yan, it's a table format dapat. Pupunta tayo dito sa borders and you just have to click it. Marami ka ng options dyan. Pwedeng lahat may border. Pwedeng external lang or outer. Yan. So may option ka din kung anong kulay ng line mo. Yan. And may option ka din kung gaano ka-thick yung line. Yan. Okay. That's the borders. And then we have the merge. Kung gusto ko lang i-combine to, yung last name, isa na lang, i-merge na lang natin. Full name na lang gagawin ko. So, punta ka lang dito and then click the merge. Yan. And then we'll change it to the full name. Yan. So, that's for the merge part. For the alignment, meron tayong several alignments. So, talagang malaking tulong yung toolbars kasi dito na lahat ng shortcut na kailangan natin. We have several alignments. Meron tayong horizontal, vertical, at saka text wrapping. So, horizontal, highlight natin to. For the horizontal, pwede siyang sa left. Yan, pupunta siya lahat sa left. Nakapakanan siya. Pwede siya sa center, nakagitna siya. And then pwede siya sa right, justified. We also have option din dito sa vertical. Pwede siyang nasa taas, baba, but lagi tayong gumagamit ng center para maganda siya sa format. We also have the option, tingnan nyo ang pangat-pangat yung tingnan, di ba? So, pwede natin siyang i-click, gawin nating overflow, tapos, i-highlight nyo lang everything, and then double-click. Yan, tatama na yung mga spacing na kasi kanina ang pangit din natin mababasa. So, double-click nyo lang para magpantay-pantay siya. Okay? Text wrapping naman, we use this kung gusto natin nakadalawang line siya inside one cell. So, example, limited tayo with the column size, ganyan. Pero kailangan kong mabasa. So, you can click the text wrapping in here. So, makikita mo na siya, nakalayer nga lang siya in one cell. Okay? So that's for the alignment. Okay, you can also insert a link. So kunyari magpe-present tayo sa management and then ayoko nang during the meeting i-open ko pa siya isa-isa. Maraming links yan. Data 1, 2, 3. So gagawin ko, ika-copy ko na dito yung link. Tapos pag-click ko sa kanya, ide-diretso niya ako doon. So for example, copy, kukunin mo yung link na gusto mong i-copy, and then right-click, makikita niyo dito sa context bar, insert link, just click on this, tapos ipipaste niyo na yung link ng file na ipapasok natin dyan. And then click apply, ayun na siya, naka-URL format na siya. So i-close ko tong file, tignan natin kung mag-open siya. Yan. Yan. So, pampadali siya ng buhay kaysa on the spot hahanapin mo yung mga other data that you need to present. Okay, so that's for the insert link. Insert comments and notes. I think nasa ano pala to. We have a separate tab for that. So, later na lang natin daanan. Meron din ditong insert chart. Di na natin ma-discuss na sa pang-intermediate na Google Sheet na siya. We have the option also for the insert chart para mag-analyze ng mga data sets. And we have all the functions list, as I mentioned, hanapin niyo lang dyan yung mga kailangan niyo. Alternating colors, we can do it also. Pampaganda lang din ng data natin. So just go to the format and then click the alternating colors. So ayan, makakapili ka na. And then, ayan, para mas maganda-ganda yung data mo. Okay? Done. Alright. So that's it for the formatting part. So ito yung part na makakapagpaganda definitely ng data presentation niyo when you work. Okay? Okay. Let's now move to the next part, basic formulas. So baka unti-unti na kayo maging interested on this one. Okay? Ano bang ginagamit? Sorry. So for the basic formulas, ito yung usual talaga na ginagamit natin when we calculate or nag-analyze ka. Yung mga basic sum, when we do the sum, ina-add lang natin lahat ng ranges that we would want. Yung count, binibilang lang din natin all the values in the particular range. And then the average, you're just getting the mean or yung gitna ng data set mo. Okay? So let's try to do it. Where is it? Okay, so let's try to do the basic formula. So, paki-open na po ng file. Oh, okay, before we go to the basic formulas pala, let's try the pop quiz muna kasi it's been an hour. Mag-rest muna din ako kasi sakit na ng lalamunan ko. Let's try to make this training fun. Meron akong ipapag-game sa inyo. Please be ready with your cell phones. Mag-try tayong mag-quiz. This is gonna be interactive. Nakikita niyo yung screen ko? Not yet.
Nasa X.
Nandun pa rin?
Nasa sheet, yes.
Okay. Share. Okay. Please get your mobile phones muna. Mag-try muna tayong mag-refresher. Tingnan natin kung may natutunan ba kayo dun sa mga tinuro ko sa inyo ng mga fundamentals of the Google Sheet. Okay? Please go to joinmyquiz.com using your phones. I think magkakasya naman lahat ng participants. Please, participate ha lahat. Kasi matetest kayo kung naintindihan nyo ba yung mga functions and menus sa tinuro ko. Okay? Let's try to do it. Go to the joinmyquiz.com and then if nandun na kayo, just go to the upper right, makikita niyo dun yung enter game code. Ipasok niyo lang tong 439142. Okay, I'm seeing Huge, JC, Kat, Heidi, Jackie, John, Nico, Jane. J. Joanna. I can't promise any prize for this, any monetary prize. Ang masasabi ko lang meron kayong bragging rights sa session na to. Na kayo yung pinakamataas. Kasi i-rank nila dito, okay. So there's gonna be like 15 questions. Pabilisan kayo, but hindi lang basta siya pabilisan, dapat tama kayo. So the more correct points, mas mataas, plus kung mabilis nyo siya masasagutan, may additional points siya, okay? Okay. Nag-chat yung workmate ko. Kapag daw merong nag-top sa amin, magpapamilot daw yung boss namin. Calling.
Parang iba yan.
Glyza.
Glyza.
Okay.
Ang Gcash na naman yun na rin.
Oo.
Galingan nyo, guys.
Kung meron magpapa-Gcash, this is care of Glyza. So makikita natin yung ranking every question. So let's try to answer correctly and mas mabilis. Alright, let's start. Sana mag-work siya. Okay, let's start. 12 lang talaga to. Wala nang iba. Huwag kayong matakot. Okay? Okay, 13. Okay, let's start. Okay. First question. Ay, ano to? Okay. What color is the Sheets app? Please answer on your phone. Anong color nung Google Sheet? Sino sumasagot?
Sumagot ako.
Meron.
Submitted na daw.
Submitted daw.
Hindi ko siya. Okay. All done. Okay. Nakikita yung screen ko, no? Okay, all done. Makikita na natin kung sino ang top 1. Okay. Si Jackie. Uy, meron tayong top 3. Ang bilis naman nawala. John, nakita ko si John, J ata, and then Jackie for the top 3. Oh, ang kulay ng Google Sheet natin is green. Kulay green ang Google Sheet natin, guys.
Iba sa akin eh.
Parang red sa'yo, Kat, red.
Naka-customize sa
naman
akin.
customize. So,
Oo
ibang
nga,
usapan na
naka-customize.
yan. Kulay green tayo, okay. Sige, ano lang yan. Pampasarap lang. Next question. Mabilis, pero tama. What number is the shortcut toolbar? So, nasa natin makikita. Bakit? Nakita niyo, no? Ayan, sige, pakisagutan. 5 participants has answered. Nasaan yung shortcut toolbar?
Medyo maliit sa phone. So,
I-click mo
Maliit.
siya.
Oo.
I-click mo siya.
hindi maliit yung, what do you call this, yung sample ng screen.
Nakiklik ko siya kanina. Para lumaki, mazo-zoom in mo siya.
Oh, okay, wala na.
Guys, hayaan mo na may excuse kami.
I understand. I'm just explaining. Mazo-zoom mo siya. Okay, one more. Hintayin natin. Okay, all done. Pag may nagkamali dito, malabo ang mata. Okay, sino yung nag-top? Oh, si John ulit. John, Heidi, and Joanna. Oh, accumulated yung score niya, ha? Oh, the answer is 4. Toolbar. Yun nasa ilalim ng menu bar. Dapat pala nag-join ako. Okay, third question. Gusto niyo sumagot, baka mag-extend. What number is the, ano yan, menu bar? Change it to menu bar. Menu bar, anong number si menu bar? Galingan nyo, baka may magpa-milk tea dito, may magpa-Gcash. Libre training na meron pang expense.
Wag mo kami paasahin.
Okay. Leaderboard says top 3. Oy, same people. Habal-habal, guys. The right answer is number 3. Yung may mga file edit format. Okay? Next question. Nasa bilis din to eh. What number is the URL or yung link ng spreadsheet? Saan natin siya makikita? Yun yung kinakopy natin. Pinapasok natin siya sa insert link. Three more. Nag-iisip pa sila. 2 more. Okay. Let's see the leaderboard. Oh, Jan, Joanna, and Jane. Okay, nagbago. Okay. The answer is 1. Yung pinakataas. Yun yung URL natin or link ng file. So kapag magsisend ka, may mga competitive. Nakikita ko from section 119.
Joanna.
Oo.
Ahem. Liza Mandaka.
Ayun, nasa company-wide lang din.
Alright. Next question. What is the number? What number is the sheet title? The sheet title or the file name? Pabilisan yan kasi may additional, I think, 2 to 3 points. 3 more. Okay, last one. Okay. Top 3. Oh, it's still John, Joanna, and Jane. Nice. Mga hindi nagpapatinag. Gusto ng merienda. What number is the function key for math formulas? Ano bang ano to? Ano daw? What number is the function key? Function key. Saan niyo makikita yung function key? Yung mga sum, count, average, count if. Four more. Last one. Nahanap pa niya. May isa pa tayo. Nawalan ba siya ng internet? Ayan, time's up. Ako, sayang ang points. Top 3. We have Joanna, John, and Jane. Magagaling naman letter J. The answer is 12. Nasaan yung 12? Yung may, ano bang sign yun? Sigma. Next question. Nasa halfway na tayo. Pang balance lang. To add the total of a column or row, so total, sinasum niya. Anong function yung, ano ba yan? Okay. Sorry, nadulas ako. Pabilisan na lang. Top 3, same people, Joe, Jan, and Jane. The answer is Sam. Sorry. Nabanggit ko yung sagot.
May pangangailangan to.
What number is the border shortcut? O palakihan. Pabilisan na lang ng mata. Nasaan dyan yung border? So when we do tables, alright, all done. Sila ulit. Bragging rights. Okay. Last 6 question. What what number is the chart shortcut? Saan ba dyan yung chart? Hanapin nyo sa... Last 3. Naiwan na kayo. Okay, so I think I'll have to stop dito sa last question na to because we're running out of time na. So, tapusin na lang natin tong chart. Nasaan daw yung chart? Should be number 11. Yan. Okay, so stop ko na lang muna dito for the sake of time limit natin. So thank you for participating to that quiz kasi maganda rin siya pang-refresher natin siya. Okay, so proceed na tayo with the data and basic formulas. So ito yung mga nabanggit na natin kanina. Magpo-focus lang tayo dito kasi the rest would be part of the intermediate Google Sheet training. So paano ba tayo mag-sum? Ang basic ng pagsasum ng ibang tao is i-highlight lang nila to and then plus sign, isa-isahin nila yan. That's the old style of adding it. Okay?
Sir Aiz, naghahang yung ano.
Sige. Stop share muna ako.
There, okay na.
Okay, sige. So, yung typical na pag-add before ng sum, so i-click mo lang I2 plus I3. So, yung function ng sum, ita-type niyo lang. So, we'll start with the equal and then type sum. Tapos, i-close, i-open nyo, use the open parenthesis, and then i-highlight nyo lahat. So, if you would want to get the sum of all the pay rates, just type sum, open parenthesis, and then highlight the range, and then close parenthesis, and then enter. Okay? So, para ma-validate mo na tama yung formula mo, i-highlight mo lang to, and then dun sa right, lower right, makikita mo dito sum, it's 87.9. Okay? So, that's how you do the summation. Average. So, ganun lang din, you'll have to use the equal sign, type the average. Actually, kahit ilang letters pa lang, lalabas yung option mo for the ave. So, hanapin mo na lang siya kung tinatamad ka mag-type. Or, you can use, pag napindot mo na si ave, pwede ka mag-tab, kaso yung pinakauna pala yung lalabas niya. So, pag lumabas sa pinaka-top yung average, you can click the tab para didiretso na siya dun sa function na yon. And then, open parenthesis again. And then, gusto ko makita yung average ng mga pay rate. I-highlight ko ulit. And then, close parenthesis. And then, enter. So, validate natin kung tama ba. Highlight the data. Punta ka dito. And then, average is 12.56. So, tama naman. Okay. Count if. Ano ba ay count? Ano bang ginagawa ng count? Kasi basic alam na natin sa math, college tayo, high school, elementary. Sum is just adding, average is just getting the mean. Yung count, ano bang ginagawa niya? So bibilangin niya lang yung mga cells na merong laman. So for example, mahaba yung data mo. Ilan kaya yung employees na to? Ilan kaya sila? So para magawa natin yon, we will type in the count, then close parenthesis. Bibilangin daw niya kung ilang cells yung may laman, then close parenthesis. Sabi niya 7. So, bilangin natin. Tama, count numbers is 7. Okay? Ngayon, ang catch with the count, ang binibilang niya lang is the numeric value. Kung yan pinaltan mo na ng text or non-numeric, nag-e-error na siya, kita niyo. Hindi na niya kayang bilangin. That's why we have the count A. Ito yung magbibigay sa atin ng data kung gusto kong magbilang, pero yung data range ko is non-numerical, hindi siya numbers, words siya, o kaya email address or pangalan siya. So gagawin natin, lalagyan natin ng count A. Lalagyan natin ng count A. Tapos try nating i-count yung mga non-numerical. Yan. So, kung hindi numerical value yung i-count mo, ang gagamitin niya is count A. Kasi kung hindi, wala. Ang i-return niya lang is 0. Okay? So, magagamit niya yan kapag gusto niyo magbilang. Kesa isa-isahin niyo siya, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Mag-formula na lang kayo. Okay? There's also a function for the upper. Ano yung upper? Gagawin natin caps lock yung mga data. So, ayaw natin magta-type tayo ng Kinteyong. Ta-type mo isa-isa yan. So, meron tayong function that we call the upper. So, just type the equal sign, upper, open parentheses, and then click mo lang yung data na yon at i-convert na niya sa caps, sa all capital na word. Okay? For the lower, it's the opposite. Just type the equal sign and then lower, close, then, yan. So, small na siya, small letters na siya, even the first letter of their names. And then we have the proper. Ito, tinatama talaga natin. Kinakapitalize natin yung first letters ng pangalan niya. So, just type in proper, then click on the range, and then close it. Yan. So, maayos na natin yung data natin. Okay? So apart from that, na nag-format din tayo ng mga ng mga words, meron din tayong min and max. Yung min, kukunin niya lang. So kesa hanapin mo dyan kung ano bang pinakamababa dito. Kesa gamitin mo pa yung mata mo at mahilo-hilo ka, we can use the minimum, the min, then open parentheses, and then highlight the range. Hanapin natin din pinakamaliit. So pinakamaliit na value is the 10.5. And the other option is you can type in max, open parentheses, highlight the range, close. Sabi niya, 15 daw yung pinakamalaki, which is true. Okay? That's for those. So, hindi ko na na-check lahat yan. Check na yan. And then, you can try this at home. So, meron ako mga pa-practice sa inyo. Hanapin niyo yung pay rate. So, dito kasi sa tinry natin, pay rate ng lahat. So, gusto ko, ang kunin nyo lang is pay rate ng mga names na yan. You can try this at home para ma-practice kayo. So, paano siya gagawin, by the way? Kasi baka akala nyo lang, naku, ang alam ko lang is lahat, i-highlight ko. So, kung ano lang siya, kung selected lang yung data, so gusto ko lang pala yung first 3 data kailangan kong kunin ng sum. Yung 3 lang i-highlight mo. O kung alternate siya, yung data mo pala, ito lang tao na to, you can use the comma, tapos click mo yung ibang range, click mo yan, comma. Yan. And then close it. Those are other ways na makakapag-add ka ng hindi entire range. Okay? So that's it for the basic. Sorry. Let's now go to the additional pa. We have the separating data. Kung meron tayong, for example, we have full name, gusto natin i-separate yung first name and then the last name, we can use the split function. Ano ba yung split function na yun? Let's try the split function. Yan. So, si full name, tulad nito, gusto ko nakahiwalay yung last name. Ma'am, gusto ko pa nakahiwalay yung last name tsaka first name. Nahirapan po ako mag-ano. Isa-isahin ko pa ba yan? No. So, meron tayong dalawang option to do it. The first one, pwede tayong pumunta dito sa data, tapos click nyo lang split text to column. So gagawin nyo, you'll have to highlight this one, yung gusto nating split, then go to data, go to split text to columns, tapos meron dito sa baba, detect automatically, anong separator, ano yung naghihiwalay dun sa dalawang words mo or text mo. So sa case na yan, space yung naghihiwalay sa kanya. So you'll have to click the space, and then yan, nakahiwalay na siya. Hindi mo na siya kailangang ikakat ko to, lipat ko to, mapapagod ka lang. Sayang lang yung oras mo. Mahal pa naman ang sweldo mo. Okay? And the other function, aside from clicking the split to text, you can use the split function. Type nyo lang si split, then open ulit, and then click the name at the cell that you would want to split, and then comma. Tapos ilalagay niyo daw si delimiter or yung sino yung nagsaseparate between the two. So, ano nagsaseparate sa kanya? Space, di ba? Pero hindi tayo pwedeng mag-click ng space bar para maging space. Hindi nababasa ng formula natin yung mga non-numeric. So kapag magpapasok ka dyan ng non-numeric or yung mga hindi numbers, lalagyan natin ng quotation mark, open quotation mark, and then put a space, and then close quotation mark. So yun yung mag-identify na space po yung naghihiwalay sa kanila. And then close it. Ay, ba't hindi gumana? Sorry. Before you do that pala, kailangan, since dalawa, ihihiwalay natin si first and the last name, kailangan dalawang columns mo. Kasi ililipat niya doon. So again, split, go to the cell, and then quotation, space, quotation, close. Yan. And then copy mo lang, and then paste mo lang. Yan. So napaghiwalay mo na siya into first and last. Okay? Okay. So try this at home. Paki-split po si employee 1004. Do it. Diyan sa file nyo. Please split also the location. So meron tayong location. Gusto ko pahiwalayin yung si building and then si 1. And then split the pay rate. Gusto ko pakihiwalay si whole number at saka si decimal. Okay? Next, let's go to the concatenate. Ano ba yung concatenate? Opposite naman siya ng split. Instead of breaking it down, pagsasamahin naman natin ngayon yung magkahiwalay, okay? By combining the data, you can use the ampersand or yung and sign and also the concatenate na formula. So, paano natin siya gagawin? Concatenate. Konti na lang ito. Concatenate. Okay, so gusto ko naman ngayon, nasa isang cell lang si last name tsaka si full name. Let's use the ampersand. So, equal sign, since it's a formula, ito daw cell na to, si surname niya, gusto kong i-combine sa first name. So, gagamitin natin si and sign. Yan. Yan. So, na-combine na natin. The problem is, ang pangit yung tignan kasi wala siyang space. So, gagawin natin, papasukan natin ng space. So, equal sign, yung first ulit, and then, lagyan natin ng space. Di ba sabi ko, hindi niya ina-identify ni formula yung mga non-numeric. So, quotation again, space, quotation, and then ampersand ulit kasi mag-a-add tayo ng surname or ng first name. Yan. Okay? So, that's one way of concatenating it. The other one, para mag-combine tayo, is you can use the concatenate, type in, tapos click mo lang to. So, i-combine mo lang. Okay, before you do that pala, kailangan natin mag-insert ng, sige, for a while. Concatenate, where is that? Concatenate, and then click the first data, tapos lagyan ulit natin ng quotation space quotation, and then click the last name. Yan. So, it will just give you the same result. Okay? So that's for the ampersand and concatenate. And then try it at home. Please combine email and location and then hire date and department. Okay? Next, let's go to the comments and notes. Ano ba bang benefit ng Google Sheet? We can add a comment at saka note. Kasi if we say that this is a real-time collaboration, pwede pala tayong mag-note while we do it together with somebody else. Okay? So let's try to put a note. Gusto ko mag-note dito, sabihin ko wrong spelling. So you just have to click the cell, right-click, and then comment. Click nyo sa context bar. Yan. Wrong info. Ngayon, since collaborative siya, itong wrong info pala, gusto kong sabihin dun sa teammate ko, ay wrong info to please edit. Please edit to Park. So, itatag ko somebody else. Sasabihin ko, Glyza, paki-edit kasi malito. So, itatag mo lang yung email address niya. Kapag, and then click the assign to, papasok na siya sa email ad. Magpa-prompt na siya sa email ad. So, makikita na yan. Kapag nag-open na siya dito, makikita niyo tong triangle sign na to or symbol. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang comment on that. Ayan o. As pwedeng sumagot si Glyza dyan. Okay? So that's for the comment and tags. Yung notes, ang notes basically is para sa sarili mo na lang yun eh. Walang Hindi siya collaborative part. So insert note and then wrong info. Pwede ka lang mag-edit dyan. Para lang sa'yo yan. And then chat, this is one of the advantage din ng Google Sheet. Apart from the tagging the person, pwedeng diretso, makakapag-direct chat kayo. Hindi lang natin ma-try dito. Kasi dapat magiging ma-access nyo yung chat history kung dalawa kayo, minimum dalawa kayo din sa file. So kung may dalawa dito, may lalabas dyan na icon dito sa tabi ng comment history. Kung dalawa na kayong users, may lalabas na icon na start chat at or add chat. Yun. So pwede kayo mag-usap while you are both on the Google Sheet. Okay? Try that at home na lang. Okay? Next, we have the filter and freeze. So, ano ba yung filter? Pag meron tayong data range, tapos gusto ko lang makita yung specific employee, yung data niya. So, gagamitin natin si filter later. And then for the freeze, if i-freeze lang natin yung certain column or row, kasi gusto natin pag mag-move tayo ng data, hindi siya gumagalaw. Okay, so how do we do that? So, paano ba tayo mag-filter? So, i-click nyo lang, gusto ko mag-filter, click nyo lang dito, 01, yung header natin, click the data, create filter. So, gusto ko lang lahat po ng iba-iba. Gusto ko po lahat ng taga-annex 1. Sino-sino po ba ang taga-annex 1? Yan. So, you can use the filter in here, building 1. Yan, para makita yung data. Meron din tayong option. Apart from, alam mo na kung sino yung hahanapin mo, pwede din tayong mag-filter by color. So, kung naka-color itong dalawang to, filter, click nyo lang tong 3 lines and then filter by color, lalabas na dyan yung dalawang options mo. You can also do filter by condition. So, gusto ko lahat ng numbers na phone extension that is greater than 200. So, anong lalabas? Ayan, nawala si 111. So, there are several ways para makapag-filter tayo. Okay? For the freeze, bakit tayo nag-freeze? Ayan. Bakit tayo nag-freeze? Kasi, kung mahaba yung data range mo, maabot ka na sa baba, scroll tayo sa baba, ganyan. So, nawala na. Hindi na natin makikita. So, try lang natin habaan. So, mag-scroll down ako. Gusto ko makita yung data sa pinakadulo. So, hindi ko na alam kung ano yung header. What if puro numbers pala yan? What if puro numbers iba-iba? Hindi mo alam kung what pertains to this column. Diba? So, gagawin natin, i-freeze natin yung first row, which is the header. So, highlight nyo lang yan. And then, punta kayo sa view, freeze. So, ano ba yung gusto nating i-freeze? Sabi natin, freeze natin 01 kasi that's the header. So, i-click mo lang siya. Kapag nag-scroll down ka na stuck na siya dyan. Hindi ka na malulost. Okay? Pwede ka rin mag-freeze sa column. So, kung gusto ko pa kanan, pupunta, marami pa pala akong data sa kanan, ay nawala na sila. Gusto ko makita kung anong data nitong specific person na to. So, if i-filter, gusto kong i-freeze si first name para kahit pumunta ako sa right side, alam ko kung sinong tao at sinong employee. So, punta ka lang sa view, freeze, and then up to column C. So, depende kung anong hina-highlight mo, yun yung lalabas dito sa dulo. Okay, ayan. So, kung pupunta na ako sa kanan, na-stuck na siya dyan. Kahit gaano kahaba yan, at least alam kong si JK yan. Okay? That's for the freeze and filter. Next, I'll skip muna this one kasi medyo mahaba yung explanation nito. Try natin ihabol sa dulo. Data sort. Let's try to sort naman. Sort tayo. Itong data natin, but ano bang ginagawa ng sorting? What's the definition of the sort again? Sort function allows you to sort and return the rows either in ascending or descending order. So, for example, gusto ko pong naka-alphabetical si last name kasi sinort niyo po siya according to the employee number. Gusto ko po ba yan, no? So, punta tayo sa, i-highlight nyo lang yung data na yan. Punta tayo sa data, and then sort range, and then punta ka sa advanced range sorting. Click nyo lang si data has header row, kasi may header naman talaga tayo. Tapos ang gusto natin, di ba sabi natin last name, I want the last name to be alphabetical, pero gusto ko mag-start siya sa Z. So you have the option kung saan nyo gusto mag-start, if it's ascending or descending. So let's try to start with Z and then click sort. Ayan. So si J nasa dulo na. So pwede nyo siyang laruin. O gusto nyo si phone number, gusto ko si phone number naka-descending. So go again to sort range, advanced, tapos click nyo lang lagi si data has header para lalabas yung mga options nila. And then phone extension, gusto ko naman descending. Yan. Okay? So that's how you do the sorting. Next. Ba't siya nag-exit lagi? Sorry. Next, we have the basic conditional formatting. Yan. So, ano din to, advantage din to kapag magpe-present kasi ayaw naman natin magpe-present ng walang kakulay-kulay. And alam mo yung, kasi when we go to a battle, so magpe-present tayo with the management, syempre gusto nila, while you present the slide or whatever data you have, unang tingin pa lang alam mo na kung saan sila magpo-focus. Ay, parang alam ko na yung ipipresent ni Aiz, ganyan. So what we'll do is we'll do conditional formatting. Mag-format tayo. Gagamitan na natin ito ng mga konting formulas. Kasi kanina na nag-formatting tayo, remember, minamanual natin, ay gusto kong i-yellow ito, i-bold ko siya. So, ibang labanan na to kasi meron na tayong mga conditions kung ano yung kukulayan natin at saka hindi siya mano-mano. So, gagawin natin is, highlight natin to. Let's go to the format. Dito sa baba, conditional formatting. So may mga options tayo dito. Ulit ko lang to. So may mga options tayo dito. Add rule. Yan. So sabi niya dito, apply to range. Highlight natin yung range na yan. Ano ba ang rule natin? Ano bang gusto natin gawin? So let's try yung pinakamadali. Gusto ko greater than. Sorry. I-highlight lang natin kung saan natin gagamitin yung, kung saan tayo magko-conditional formatting. Okay. Ito na lang, yan. So gusto ko sa location, lahat po ng Annex 1 gusto kong i-highlight. Gusto kong makita, para isang tingin alam ko kung sinong nasa Annex 1. So i-highlight nyo lang to, and then go to Format, Conditional Formatting. Tapos, gusto ko daw Annex 1. So we have the option in here, marami yung pagpipilian. Is empty, is not empty, text contains, data is before. So gusto ko Annex 1. Text is exactly, I'll choose this one, and then type natin Annex 1. So lahat ng Annex 1, hahanapin niya, and then you can set here kung anong format setting ang gusto mo. So kung gusto ko kulay yellow, yan, pwede ko siya mapalitan. Okay? Ito naman sa mga dates, pwede din tayong mag-add rule. So applicable lang siya dito sa range na yan. Tapos gamitin natin yung date is before today. So lahat naman sila before today. Gawin natin exact date. Ano kayong lalabas dito? Dapat ko pa natry nito. Anyway, sige. So, nag-try kasi tayo dito ng date is date is before today. So lahat ng before, kasi ang date naman ito is 2010 and until 2012. Kaya siya na-highlight kasi the date is before today. Okay? So you can format it the way you want. Marami kang options na makikita dito. Okay? Marami pa yan sa baba. Okay? The next one, we have the VLOOKUP. So ito po, actually pumapasok na siya sa hindi siya basta pang navigate lang or pang fundamentals. Pumapasok na din siya sa intermediate kasi nagkataon lang kasi most of the jobs ngayon talagang gumagamit na ng VLOOKUP. So let's try to do the Vlookup function. Yan. So ano bang ginagawa ng Vlookup? By definition, it helps you to look up specific information located in a table or database. So hahanapin natin yung data na kailangan natin sa isang particular data range. So example, we have this data range. Tapos gusto kong hanapin yung data ng 10,006. Gusto kong makuha yung phone extension. Gusto kong makuha yung hire date tsaka first name ni employee 10006. So ang gagawin natin, yung typical na gagawin natin, hanapin natin nasan siya. Ayan, ito daw siya. And then we'll look for the phone number daw. Manual, copy, paste, hire date, copy, paste, first name. So ayaw natin ng ganyang trabaho kasi sayang lang yung mga brain cells natin to do that. So tutulungan tayo ni VLOOKUP to do that function. Okay, gagawin natin is again equal sign since this is a formula. And then type the VLOOKUP. Pag lumabas na siya, you can click it automatically. May open parenthesis na din siya. And then we'll start with the search key. The search key is kung ano yung pang-lookup natin. Ano ba yung hahanapin natin from that data range. So ang case na to, ang sabi kasi sa atin, we'll have to look for the data ni 10006. So just click here, and then comma. Next, sabi niya range. Saan natin hahanapin yung lookup value? So, nasan ba siya? It's found in the column A. So, gagawin natin, i-highlight natin yan. Okay. And then, comma. Sabi niya next, index. Range. Oh, sorry. So, VLOOKUP again. This is the lookup value, comma, range. Ang kailangan kasi natin daw is the phone extension number, hire date, at saka first name. So, ang gagawin natin from the lookup value, i-highlight na natin yung buong data range. Kasi what if hindi lang pala phone, hire date, saka first name yung kailanganin? Baka may iba pa palang hingin. So, might as well, i-cover nyo na yung buong data range. Para kapag may pina-change sila na lookup data, hindi mo na uulitin yan. Okay? So, from A to I, and then comma, lumabas dyan index. Index kasi is yung position ng lookup value papunta dun sa hinahanap ng data. So, again, ano ba yung hinahanap natin? It's the phone extension. So, from A, kung nasa yung employee ID, papunta sa extension, pang ilan siya? So, makikita nyo sa row 1, meron ako dyang numbering from 1 to 9. So, from the employee daw, hanggang sa phone exit, pang-anim siya. So, gagawin natin 6. And then, comma, 0. So, yung 0 means, i-return niya sa'yo exactly what he needs from the lookup value. So, ang hahanapin niya lang talaga specifically is for 1006. Lagi siyang 0. Okay? And then, close it, enter. Yan. So, tama ba na si 1006,666? So, tama yan. If we change the employee ID, automatic gumagalang na siya. So, kukunin na niya yung tamang data. Okay? Ngayon, kailangan natin ng hire date. So, pwede mo siyang i-copy na lang dyan. Kesa ulitin mo yung VLOOKUP, i-copy mo lang yung function, and then put the equal sign, and then paste mo lang siya. Pero, pang ilan ba si hire date? Pang 8 na siya. So, bibilangan niya from A sa H, pang 8 na daw siya. So, papalitan niyo lang yung 6, gawin niyo lang siyang 8. Okay? Same as sa first name. Pang ilan si first name? Pangatlo. Okay? That's the sense of the VLOOKUP. Okay? Okay. So, try this at home. Paki-try yung Vlookup function. Okay. Next, ito ano na lang to, bonus na lang to. If error, ginagamit natin si if error. Dito na lang tayo bumalik. The purpose of the if error is, hahanapin niya lahat na mag-error, yung mga NA, yung mga ref, yung mga DVD, yung mga ganun. Lahat ng error na yon, ayaw natin sa mata yun, di ba? So, gagamitin natin si if error para mawala sa paningin natin. So, for example, we don't have data for 1008, di ba? So, lagyan natin ng 1008 na employee. Ayan, nag-error siya NA. Kasi wala naman talaga tayong 1008 in here. So, gagawin natin, nalagyan natin ng if error sa unahan. So, itatype mo lang if error, open parenthesis, and then sa dulo, comma, ano yung gusto mong i-return niya kung error? So, it's up to you. Gusto ko kapag error siya, wrong spelling. Kapag error siya, gusto ko 0 lang, i-return niya. So, close it, then lalabas 0. O kaya, pwede mo siyang i-customize or i-change the way that you want. So, gusto ko, I'll put error. I'll put check. Again, kung hindi siya numerical value, you'll have to put the quotation marks, okay? So, ganyan siya. Kapag nag-error siya, pwede mo siya palitan missing. Yan. So, that's the benefit of putting the if error sa lahat ng formula natin. Lahat ng formula ko may if error ako. Kasi ayokong uulitin ko na naman, dalagyan ko sila isa-isa. Okay? So, make sure if you're gonna do, kahit simpleng sum nga yan eh, kung may error din sa formula mo or sa data mo, might as well put the if error there. Okay? And then lastly, bonus na lang din to, may nag-request kasi, pero hindi naman siya sumama dito sa training. Mag-i-import range tayo. Import range, ang gagawin natin, instead of copying the entire example, kakopy from other sheet, ikakopy ko, tapos ipipaste ko dito. Eh, what if ang dami-dami nun? Yan. Gagawin natin, i-import na natin yung entire file na yun, papunta dito. Ililink natin siya. So, paano natin siya gagawin? So, kukunin niyo yung URL or yung link ng file na ipapasok natin dito. So, ayan na yun. Paste ko na. Siya na yan. And then, formula tayo equals import range. And then, open parenthesis. And then, i-click niyo yung link na yun. And then, comma. Tapos, kailangan nyo malaman kung anong pangalan ng sheet name or tab name. So, ang pangalan niya, import range. So, gagawin natin, open quotation, paste, tapos exclamation point. Standard yan. Lalagyan nyo na ng exclamation point yung tab name. Okay? And then, anong cells ba yung kukunin natin? So, nag-start siya sa A1, papunta siya sa I8. So, kasi gusto ko lahat kunin, I8. A1 to I8. Pasok natin dyan A1, and then colon, papunta kay I8, and then close quotation, close parenthesis. Yan. Kinuha na niya lahat ng data. Kung gusto natin na hanggang letter D lang pala, letter E, hanggang email lang pala, you can change the formula, gawin mo E. Yan, malilimit na. Kung gusto ko pala na hanggang 5 lang, yung row, pwede mo siya ditong palitan. Yan. Okay, so that's it for the fundamentals of Google Sheet. Medyo nakakapagod yung 1.5 hour na nagsasalita mag-isa. Nakakalungkot na walang kausap. Pero ganun talaga, kasi kailangan natin isiksik lahat ng formulas that we know for the fundamentals. Para when you go to the intermediate na training, at least you have this idea, hindi ka na mangangapa. Mahirap kasing papasok ka with the intermediate training without this knowledge in you. Okay, so if you have questions, because we have time limit, you can just put in the chat box. Si admin natin, i-collect lahat ng questions ninyo, and then we'll just send you the answers to that. Yun muna for now, and I hope na nakakuha ka ng new learnings, tips, tricks, and fundamentals ng Google Sheet that would definitely make your life easier. Talagang ito yung bumubuhay sa ekonomiya natin. Kahit may data scientist tayo and everyone else, all that behind ay Excel or Google Sheet. Sila yung foundation ng economy natin. So with that, thank you very much and see you next training. Ayun. Keep safe always.
Thank
JC.
you. Thank you, Aiz, for the very informative.
Aiza.
Ha?
Alam mo,
Thank you.
Okay. Sakit sila lang muna.
alam mo, etong basic mo, basic na nga to, nahilo pa rin ako.
Alam niyo, share ko lang. May ginawa talaga akong deck. As in basic, may mga sum ifs pa yan, average ifs. May, as in if functions talaga, as in what you do normally sa mga data. Pinakita ko sa kanila, vinoid nila, bumalik daw tayo sa fundamentals. And then I realized, kasi nga, this training talaga caters to those na posibleng wala pa talagang idea or background dito sa Google Sheet. That's why we're doing this to help out. Si more staffing companies helping everyone else.
Ayan, may comment tayo. Feeling niya daw ang galing niya na. Ako, feeling ko pa rin.
Ay. Feeling pa rin, JC.
Alam mo,
Hindi pwede.
konting chika lang. Every time papakita ko kay Aiz yung work ko, sometimes I would seek for her expertise sa trinatrabaho ko. Sasabihan niya ako, minanwal mo to?
Isa-isa.
Ganyan. Tapos, yun pala, meron siyang mga magic na mga ganyan. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to prepare for this learning session. I know na maraming matutulungan, especially for those na who joined this learning session. Maybe you are starting your journey as a freelancer, or those of you na have started doing freelancing pero need a training regarding Google Sheets. I hope na tulungan kayo ng first learning session natin. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write your questions in the chat box so you can, Aiza can answer you directly. So yun, again, on behalf of our company, More Staffing, we would like to express our gratitude for your willingness to take part as our speaker in more learning session. Aiza, it was very interesting and very informative, especially for people like me na ginagawa lahat manually. I believe that everyone has received a lot of beneficial information from it, kahit na sabihin na natin na basic siya, but it's really something na that could help us in our day-to-day work life. So also, katulad sabi mo nga, with budgeting, I use Google Sheet din, pero wala akong mga hanggang equal sign plus. Thank you again for sharing that. We'd also like to thank everyone who participated in our first ever learning session. Thank you for your support and for making it a success. It was a great pleasure to meet all of you. I hope next time may mag-open na rin ng mga camera para mas interactive. And we will still have upcoming learning sessions in the following months that you might be interested in. We have Future of Work, Key to Successful Remote Work Career this coming May 13. So if you know some people na who would like to start working as a freelancer or who just started doing freelancing, feel free to share our link to them. You will get more information via email and also in our website. So please follow our social media sites and visit our website for further details in our upcoming learning sessions. So again, thank you and have a great evening, everyone.